Today is 13th of April, market trade of narrow range bar. Managed to egg out a small gain of 8 points to close at 3294 with slightly higher volume compared to the previous 3 sessions. Now this has been a very strong move, and you'll notice the crossing of the 1326 SMA followed by pullback, and so far the pullback has been shallow. This is generally positive. We'd like to actually see the stock move above the significant resistance of 3300 and eventually test the intraday high here of 3331. Support is at 3280 and we're just hovering slightly above that. The more significant support is actually at 3210, which coincides with this gap here, and this has been a very significant support level. Let's turn our attention to the US markets. This is S&P 500s. This is very strong bounce from the downward trend line. Pullback so far has been shallow. Again, this is a sign of strength. So if you can continue to trade like this, we'd like to see eventually take out this high here, which is just below 4,200. This is chart of Nasdaq, slightly stronger, a very strong upward move, and followed by shallow pullback. Again, I'd like to actually look for the index to clear this high here, which is 12,227. So market kind of stabilized, and recently there is actually sign of strength. Now this is the chart of Brent crude. This is the weekly chart. Notice actually the gap up and testing the resistance level. This is the daily charts. Notice after this gap up, it actually pull back, and this is considered a good pullback, and they will attempt to actually break this resistance. Now this is a very significant resistance. It was tested on several occasions. You will require a catalyst to actually break this. So we'd like to actually observe. Now, unfortunately, some of the oil-related stocks in local bonds are not performing quite well. So we can later take a look. First, let's take a look at some of the strong stocks we've been discussing. This is Semco Industry, very strong rally. And over here, as I mentioned in the previous videos, it's already overextended. So any break on the upside is likely to be a hit and run trade. And this is what we witnessed. Stock began to actually roll down. Notice we have a series of wide range reversal bar. Now today we see a counter attack from the bulls, and notice the increase in volume. You may well bounce off from here, but this at best is really a consolidations. If you take a look at the weekly, so you can see the significant run up over here, and begin to experience the pullback, closing out the daylight in the process. Food Empire, again, this stock is also overextended. We do not expect it to perform anytime soon, so it's likely to consolidate. Again, when you finish this consolidation, we'd like to see it take out this high here of 105. Now this is Tianjin. Now very nice move here. This is extension bar, high volume, so the further upward move is really a bonus because it's already overextended with this bar itself. And today you notice a rejection of the high. This is a sign of weakness. The only consolation, the volume is not very high, so there is no indications of high selling, but whatever the case may be, it's already overextended. Daylight is very huge. Now if you have these positions, it will be good to take some profit here and perhaps set your stop loss at 2-bar countback. Alright, but it's likely to actually retrace. So these 3 stock mentioned earlier are really overextended. It's not likely to perform on a short term. Next we have Genting Singapore. So this stock has a very nice gap here, wide range bar, and pullback. So I'd like to actually see take out this high here, this intermediate resistance here, which is at about 118. Propnet. Now after this breaks on the 31st of March, there was no immediate follow through. In fact, there was another pullback, and here we have a small deeper breakup. slightly increase in volume. Like to see a follow through from here, and thereafter look for pullback and look for setups to actually go long. Keppel Corp. Here we have a strong inbound trend. Now pullback. So far the pullback has been shallow. At this point in time, we have a big deeper setup. 2-bar high is at 592. Jardine, very strong rally after this severe sell down. Here we do have sign of weakness. Notice on few occasions it was not able to close well. So again, this is probably a bit overextended. If you can consolidate sideways, that will be generally positive. And eventually look for it to actually break this high here of 33, 34. NATO firm. Now NATO firm is trying to form a base, and we have a breakout over here. But unfortunately, it actually pulled back, and the high volume support is actually at 173, so it's actually trading slightly below that. I'd like to see whether you can actually trade above 173. This is technically a big dipper. 2-bar high here is at 177. Top glove, perhaps better chart pattern compared to NATO firm. Here we have a run up. If you notice, this is a stubborn resistance. We have a run up and followed by a pullback. Notice a distinct drop in the volume, and we have a break with a gap, which is good, followed by a pullback. We prefer if the volume has been low, that would be a clear sign. Nevertheless, this is a contraction setup. Bar high here is at 35 cents.